Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Eddie Marcus here again. Look, you who are paying attention on the political front, observing what's going on, a lot of strange things, and you think back from here all the way to the rest of the beginning of your life and what you have had to endure while going through these particular political swings, Republican and Democrat. Somebody always telling us what's best for us, saying that they're looking out for us, and all at the same time, some of us might be doing okay, some of us might be doing a little bit better, but a whole heck of a lot of us are doing a whole lot worse. And it seems to me that we would be ready for an awakening. It seems to me that we would be open to receive something that takes us down a different path, and one that we can have credit in. And here it is. Stop for a moment. And I want to change your mindset. Every one of you want your dream to come true. That's the desire of every human being on the face of the earth. Now you got different dreams, and every last one of them deserve to come true. And it seems as if that's not going to happen the way we're going. So what should we do? We should change this path. In the middle of the game, change this path. Change this path, which means change the rules, change everything, walk down a different path. And do it in such a way that is not something that causes violence. It's just in love. And people will resist it. Of course they will, because they do not understand. But it is the way that those who desire their dreams to come true should walk if they want it bad enough to change the way they are doing things. And I'm saying to you, when you stop and say that when we do these things, we know the system is going to be totally against us. But what we must do, because we must be, in order to defeat that which is not for us, we must be together. We must be one. We must not be divided any longer. We must come together on one accord. And one accord meaning that those things that are necessarily required in order to produce what we are, who we are, for our dreams to come true. We have to do everything, commit our total life to it, with this understanding that doing unto others, doing unto you, as we'd have others to do unto us. And so what I'm saying is, like for instance, they're putting people in power that does not necessarily by their history indicate that they're concerned about the things perhaps that we are concerned about. But we don't have to worry about that any longer. Long as we know, say for instance, the Secretary of Education, this lady, they got a lot of problems with her, and perhaps let's say she's going against the dreams that we see manifested, and I claim the ones that we manifest and we talk about, because ours are not just limited to us. Ours are limited all across the board. And so we don't have to worry about those who resist us now, because we are looking out for them when they won't even look out for themselves. We understand that they don't know. For some strange reason, they just happen to be where they are. And their position right there is absolutely necessary. It is absolutely essential, because otherwise somebody can flake in and trick you. But right now you're going to have to go through some stuff to overpower them. And alone it will never happen. And so that's why we, as people who want to rise up above this mediocrity, we must concern ourselves with one another. We know what we want our kids taught. We know what we want. And anybody that's in position of power will see that what we want is done. And if they don't want and do what we do, they are gone. And we don't need the president to tell them they're gone. We the people got the power, and we will tell them they're gone. We're going to change this thing around and put the power back in love. Not in a person who promises us this and promises us that. We're going to put it back in the power of love. And we're going to make sure that that happens, because each of us are going to be an expression of love, because we care about one another. When we've had to struggle and try to get financial dollars from the state to support our particular cause, it seems as if we are battling against one another, trying to say that our concerns are more important. That's the way that we are divided, and it keeps us divided against one another. But the trick, my friends, is an awakening which says to come together We come together and recognize that each of our concerns are just as important, because your dream and that dream and that dream are equally as important. Every dream is important. And anything that would prevent that from being must be exposed for what it does to inhibit what reality should be. And by so doing that, lift up reality in its glorious way, so that those who are championing darkness might begin to see the light. I'm asking us to come together and take care of this business. Let us take care of this business. We don't need a president saying he can do this. We don't, and if the president is going to be there, let that president then be there talking about what we want as a people, not as some special interest group, not as some special concern, but we as a human race. Because now we are not like that anymore. We are waking up. We're waking up because we're beginning to listen to a spirit that tells us that a man and a woman are equal, that tells us that children and old folks are equal, that tells us that animals are our best friends. We better find some kind of way to get together with them, because here it is the fact. When we can come together and express our love and generosity towards one another, you won't believe what an effect it will have on the animals. And all of a sudden, you'll recognize that the animal perhaps is acting the way that the animal is acting because of the way that you are acting. This is moving on up to a higher plane than what we've known since we've been here in this world. And I'm asking and inviting each of you to consider at least what has been shared right here with you. The struggle seems to be very complicated for those who don't understand. But for those who make up your mind, you have the power in you. Always you got the power in you. And we can't be deterred, because our mind is constantly for us all. And any little distraction is no distraction. It's just an opportunity for that part of darkness to get some light. Do you hear me, everybody? I think this has been good. I want to thank you so very much for giving me this your time, and may the power that you can't see, the power that you can't touch, but the power that is always there, looking after you,